And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Okay, so it is Scottish Cup semi-final weekend, and this is a weekend where we're all supposed to be getting excited. Of course, the Gers on their way to Hampden, a chance to lift yet another cup. However, over the last week, our sort of expectations for this game now have gone well out the window. Our feeling in and around the place at this moment in time is probably at an all-time low so far this season. We had to endure Michael Bill at the start of the campaign. We're all feeling very, very low, and it's hard to pick yourself up for this game against Hearts. However, having said that, now that the pressure's off for the title, yes, as I said, we're bottle merchants. Now the pressure's off, we'll probably see us play like Prime Barcelona for this game, and, of course, against for the last 5 games in the split. We'll probably beat Celtic, we won't win the league because there's no pressure on this team. Obviously, we won't win the Scottish Cup, we'll lose in the final to Celtic. But I won't be surprised if we do start playing good football again, and to be fair, look, hopefully we start to play good football and try and salvage something, whether that's win the last 5 games in the split and hope for Celtic to slip up. It all starts in this game against Hearts this weekend. Yes, call me a bit of an optimist, but let's see what happens. But we need a performance anyway, and hopefully we can't play any worse than we have done against Dundee and against Ross County. So maybe this might spur us on and try and start get us going for the final games of this season before this big rebuild in the summer that is a needs must. Now, speaking about rebuilds, guys, we have got a bit of news with regards to one player, and again, one of the players that has been, a lot of big talking point throughout the sort of fallout of these games, the bad matches that we played against Ross County and Dundee, and that's the situation with regards to John Lundstram. Look, Philippe Clement has stated that a contract offer is on the table for John Lundstram, and stated that he wants him to sign a new deal. John Lundstram wants to stay at Rangers, and all of these kind of things. However, I think the fan base's thoughts and opinion has swayed in a 180 since that game, of course, against Ross County and Dundee and Celtic. And to be fair, add Motherwell in there. Just recently, he has been very, very poor. He looks like a player that is not good enough to play for Rangers, and certainly not a player that I want to see in the middle of the park playing for us for the next 3 years. And again, I think that contract should be ripped up and pulled up, and we need to be looking in a different direction. I think he's blown it, and I'm so glad that he's stalled on this contract because I don't want him to play for this football club at this moment in time. I really don't. However, having said that, there has been an exit route emerge for him. Yes, reports today stating that Ipswich Town are looking to try and find his experience if they were to go into the Premier League, and are looking to try and maybe get him in on a pre-contract agreement. Now, this follows the news, of course, that Trabzonspor out in Turkey were interested in the player, and John Lundstram is seeking around €2 million a year to play for Trabzonspor and go out to the Turkish Super League. However, as stated, reports out in Turkey and here in England are stating that Ipswich Town are looking to join the race. So at this moment in time, Ipswich Town are in a pretty interesting, a very unique title race in the Championship at this moment in time, to do sit top of the Championship and top of the league. And again, it's between Leeds, Leicester and Ipswich. If you've ever been keeping an eye on it, literally all of the teams are throwing it away. Literally, we would suit being in that title race, honestly, shifting off points, for losing games. No one really wants the title. So yeah, sort of our sort of teams that we'd be well accustomed to down there, a title race that we would fit right into. But yeah, all jokes aside, Ipswich, a good chance of going into the Premier League, and the stated reports are stating that they do want his experience, of course, playing in the Premier League, playing in the middle of the park, and Kieran Maguire is interested in the player. Of course, John did play for Sheffield United in the Premier League prior to joining us, and was a pretty standout player for them. Despite them going down, he did kind of suit the way that they were playing, and there was even links at the time linking him to Manchester United when he was playing in the Premier League. He did suit that sort of side, did suit that sort of relegation stranglers sort of team, but coming into a side that are more possession-based doesn't really suit us as much. Well, So having said that, he does. I mean, he used to thrive in the Europa League, so he does kind of suit that kind of style of play, playing for a sort of lesser team, a side that don't really have the ball as much. And as stated, Ipswich are very keen in him, and I'm praying Ipswich do take him and offer him a pre-contract of a good amount of money, so he can go back to the Premier League, and we don't have to see him for the next 3 years, because I still feel that Rangers will have that contract offer on the table. Philippe Clement won't change his mind, and we'll have John Lundstram for the next 3 years commanding our midfield, which would be absolute woeful and would probably seal Philippe Clement sacking come the end or by the Christmas, genuinely, because everyone, all the managers that have stuck by these kind of same individuals, the same serial losers that we kind of dub all the time, they let every single manager time and time after again. And I think big managers have big says. You see Pep Guardiola coming into a side and going, right, Joe Hart is mince. Get him out. Made a massive... I remember that time in England, that was a massive decision. England's #1 goalkeeper, all of these kind of things, but made a decision, stood by it. Pep's done it loads of times. He's got rid of fullbacks. He's got rid of other goalkeepers. Bravo as well, who came in to replace Joe Hart. Big managers, winners, make big decisions on players, even stalwarts. Joe Hart, a Premier League hero at that time, in 2012 season when they went on to win the title, he made a big decision, said, yep, not for me. And that's what Philippe Clement needs to do with some of these serial losers that we got in. And it starts with John Lundstram, because his contract expires at the end of the season. Regardless of whether Ipswich and Trabzonspor are interested in the player and are wanting the player, he should be making that decision and go, look, John, between me and you, I think give it another shot in the Premier League if Ipswich want you, or go out and get a payday in Turkey, because you haven't got a future at this football club, and he needs to make that big decision before the end of the season. Otherwise, he'll be like the rest of the other managers, thrown out of the door. And then we can have the conversation about the other losers in the summer, but we'll get to that. But John Lundstram is the first big decision he needs to make, and stated it could be made easier for him, with reports today stating that Ipswich Town do want to make a pre-contract move for him if they do go to the Premier League, which is a very, very, very good chance that they do. Currently sitting top of the table with just a few games left to go. So fingers crossed, it's taken out our hands, but I would like to see Philippe Clement make the decision and say, no, sorry, not for us going forward. But yeah, that's it. Rangers fans, as always, that's all I've really got for you today. Most of the news surrounding our football club at this moment in time is doom and gloom, which I wanted to bring you maybe a positive story. John Lundstram potentially leaving. And yeah, we can discuss other stuff a bit later on. I'll probably do a bit of a preview for the Scottish Cup semi-final a bit later on in the week. Probably tomorrow and the weekend. And yeah, live watch along on Sunday. Oh my goodness me, help me out. But as stated, it wouldn't surprise me if we play like Prime Barcelona against Hearts now that the pressure's off. But Rangers fans, that's all I've really got for you today. Do let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below with regards to John Lundstram. Do you think he's good enough to play in the Premier League? And are you opposed? Do you think he should sign a new contract? As stated, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.